How to presents how to live a simple and fulfilling life according to famous Greek philosophers. Greek philosophy can offer many insights into how to live a simple and fulfilling life. Here are a few ideas based on the teachings of some famous Greek philosophers. 1. Follow the golden mean, as advocated by Aristotle. It is a concept that emphasizes the importance of finding a balance or middle ground in all things. According to Aristotle, the golden mean is not a specific point or value, but rather a range or space between two extremes. For example, in the case of emotions, the golden mean would be the balance between the extremes of excess and deficiency. A person who is too emotionally detached may be considered deficient, while someone who is overly emotional may be considered excessive. The golden mean would be somewhere in the middle, where a person is able to feel and express emotions in a healthy and appropriate manner. In order to follow the golden mean, one must first identify the extremes on either side of the spectrum. For example, in the case of courage, the extremes might be cowardice and recklessness. Courage, as the golden mean, would then be found somewhere in the middle, where one is able to take calculated risks and face challenges without being unnecessarily reckless or fearful. Aristotle believed that the golden mean was not only applicable to individual actions and characteristics, but also to societal values and laws. He argued that a society that adhered to the golden mean would be more just and harmonious, as it would avoid the extremes of either anarchy or tyranny. In order to follow the golden mean, one must also be aware of their own personal tendencies and biases, as well as the specific context in which they are operating. For example, someone who tends towards recklessness may need to be more mindful of the need for caution in certain situations, while someone who tends towards cowardice may need to push themselves to take necessary risks. 2. Practice the virtue of self-control, as taught by Socrates. Self-control is a virtue that involves the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to achieve a specific goal or to live a virtuous life. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates placed a great emphasis on self-control as a key component of a simple, fulfilling life. According to Socrates, self-control is essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life because it allows one to resist temptation and make wise decisions. It involves being able to resist the urge to give in to our baser instincts and instead choose to act in a way that is consistent with our values and goals. Self-control also requires a strong sense of self-awareness and self-knowledge. In order to practice self-control, one must be aware of their own strengths and weaknesses, as well as the specific triggers and situations that may lead them to act impulsively or unwisely. By understanding and being aware of these aspects of themselves, individuals can be better equipped to make decisions that align with their values and goals. In order to practice self-control, it is important to set clear goals and priorities, and to have a plan in place for achieving them. This may involve setting boundaries for oneself, such as limits on screen time or avoiding certain types of foods, in order to stay focused and avoid distractions or temptations. It may also involve setting aside dedicated time for self-reflection and self-improvement, in order to continually assess and adjust one's actions and behaviors. Finally, practicing self-control requires patience and perseverance. It is not always easy to resist temptation or make difficult decisions, and it may take time and effort to develop and maintain self-control. However, the benefits of self-control are well worth the effort, as it can lead to greater satisfaction and fulfillment in life, as well as improved relationships and decision-making skills. The virtue of self-control, as taught by Socrates, is essential for living a simple, fulfilling life. It involves the ability to resist temptation, make wise decisions, and act in a way that is consistent with one's values and goals. By setting clear goals, creating a plan, and practicing patience and perseverance, individuals can develop and maintain self-control in order to live a more virtuous and fulfilling life. 3. Cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment, as suggested by Epicurus. According to Epicurus, gratitude and contentment are closely related, as they both involve an acceptance and appreciation of what we have, rather than a constant desire for more or a focus on what we lack. To cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment, Epicurus suggested focusing on the things that bring us joy and fulfillment, rather than dwelling on the things that cause us stress or dissatisfaction. He argued that it is important to appreciate and be thankful for the small, everyday pleasures in life, such as good food, good company, and nature. By cultivating an appreciation for these simple pleasures, we can find happiness and fulfillment in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for more or feeling discontent with what we have. In addition to focusing on the things that bring us joy, Epicurus also encouraged the practice of mindfulness as a way to cultivate gratitude and contentment. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment, without judgment or distraction. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of the things that we often take for granted, such as the beauty of the natural world or the kindness of others, and develop a sense of gratitude for these things. Epicurus also emphasized the importance of living a simple, modest life as a way to cultivate gratitude and contentment. He believed that material wealth and status were not necessary for happiness, and that simplicity could bring a greater sense of fulfillment and contentment. By letting go of the desire for excess and focusing on the things that truly matter to us, we can find joy and gratitude in the present moment. Overall, the cultivation of gratitude and contentment, as suggested by Epicurus, involves focusing on the things that bring us joy and practicing mindfulness, as well as living a simple, modest life. By doing so, we can find happiness and fulfillment in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for more or feeling discontent with what we have. Instead of constantly striving for more, try to be grateful for what you already have and find happiness in simple pleasures. 4. Embrace simplicity and minimalism, as advocated by the Stoics. According to the Stoics, simplicity and minimalism involve letting go of unnecessary possessions and distractions, and focusing on the things that truly matter. The Stoics believed that material possessions and wealth were not necessary for happiness, and that the pursuit of such things could often lead to greed, envy, and dissatisfaction. Instead, they advocated for living a simple life, with only the essential possessions and a focus on virtue and wisdom. In order to embrace simplicity and minimalism, the Stoics suggested focusing on the things that we can control and letting go of the things that we cannot. This involves recognizing that many of the things that we desire or worry about, such as wealth, status, and success, are beyond our control, and that it is more important to focus on our own character and actions. By letting go of these external distractions and focusing on our own values and goals, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of living in the present moment, rather than getting caught up in regrets about the past or anxiety about the future. They believe that by living in the present and focusing on the things that we can control, we can find peace and contentment, even in the face of adversity. Finally, the Stoics suggested cultivating a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what we have, rather than constantly striving for more. By recognizing and being thankful for the things that we already possess, we can find happiness and fulfillment in the present moment, rather than constantly seeking more. Overall, the philosophy of simplicity and minimalism, as advocated by the Stoics, involves letting go of unnecessary possessions and distractions, focusing on the things that we can control, living in the present moment, and cultivating gratitude and appreciation. By embracing these principles, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, free from the distractions and desires that often lead to discontentment and unhappiness. 5. Find meaning and purpose in your life, as encouraged by Plato. According to Plato, meaning and purpose are closely related, as they both involve a sense of direction and motivation in life. Plato argued that in order to find meaning and purpose in life, individuals must first understand their own values and goals, and then align their actions and behaviors with those values and goals. This may involve setting specific goals for oneself and creating a plan for achieving them, as well as continually reassessing and adjusting one's actions and behaviors in light of those goals. In addition to setting specific goals, Plato also believed that it was important to cultivate a sense of curiosity and a desire for knowledge, as this could help individuals discover their own passions and interests. He argued that by seeking knowledge and understanding, individuals could find greater meaning and purpose in their lives. Another way to find meaning and purpose in life, according to Plato, is through service to others. He believed that by helping others and making a positive contribution to the world, individuals could find a sense of meaning and purpose in their lives. This could involve volunteering, charitable work, or simply helping those in need in one's own community. Finally, Plato argued that living a virtuous life was also essential for finding meaning and purpose. He believed that by living in accordance with virtues such as wisdom, justice, and courage, individuals could find greater meaning and fulfillment in their lives. In summary, Plato encouraged individuals to find meaning and purpose in their lives by setting specific goals, cultivating a sense of curiosity and a desire for knowledge, serving others, and living a virtuous life. By doing so, individuals can find direction and motivation in life, and live a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Overall, living a simple life using Greek philosophy involves finding balance, practicing self-control, cultivating gratitude and contentment, embracing simplicity, and finding meaning and purpose in your life. Thank you for watching to the end. For more of this, like, share and subscribe.